All right, let's dive into something that, let's be honest, probably affects every single one of us. We're going to explore a really profound idea about how to live a life that's full of purpose and action, but without all the anxiety that usually comes with it.
So, let me ask you something. Just for a second, where is your mind at right now? Are you replaying something that happened yesterday? Or maybe you're spinning out about what might happen tomorrow or next year? Most of us live there, in the past or the future. But what if there's a totally different way to operate?
And here it is. This is the core of it all. The teaching is super direct. Stop worrying about the stuff you can't control. The past, it's done. The future, it isn't even here yet. Instead, you're asked to trust in this one big universal law, cause and effect. Or, as you might know it, karma.
So here's our game plan for today. First up, we'll talk about how to actually let go of all that worry. Then, we're going to see why just being able to hear this is an incredibly rare thing. After that, we'll uncover what this teaching says is the absolute best gift you can give. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with the simple but really powerful analogy, the duty of the mother hen, that makes this whole thing click.
Okay, let's start at square one. How do we actually do this? How do we train our brains to stop getting yanked back into past regrets or launched into future anxieties? Well, the secret sauce, the antidote to all that worry, is really just understanding. It's getting on a deep level that everything happens for a reason. Nothing is random. It's all just cause and effect playing out. And when that really sinks in, you realize that worrying about the outcome is kind of pointless, right? Because the outcome is just the natural result of causes that have already been set in motion. So this is the real game changer. If outcomes are just the result of causes, then where is your power? It's right here, right now. Your only real job, your only point of leverage, is to handle the causes you're creating in this very moment. That's it. Your only task is to do your absolute best right here.
Now, here's where it gets really fascinating. This teaching says that the very fact that you and I can even sit here and think about this stuff, well, that's an incredible, almost unbelievable privilege. In fact, it says that the opportunity to even encounter this truth, this Dharma, is so rare it's almost impossible to imagine. So just how rare are we talking about? Okay, get ready for this analogy, because it's a wild one. Imagine all the dirt on the entire planet. All the soil, all the sand, every last bit of it. Now scrape your fingernail against the ground. See that tiny speck of dirt underneath it? According to this teaching, all the beings who can't understand this truth are like all the dirt on Earth. And the ones who can? Well, that's us. We're that tiny speck of dirt on the fingernail. So, why? What's the deal? Well, according to this worldview, it's only humans and certain celestial beings that have the right kind of mind to actually grasp these big ideas. So, being human isn't just a biological fluke. It's like you've been handed a golden ticket to understand how the universe actually works. Which, of course, leads to the big question. If we have this golden ticket, this incredibly rare shot, what are we supposed to do with it? What's the whole point of this human life anyway?
And the teaching does not pull any punches here. It says that a life lived without this core understanding, without this truth as a kind of anchor in your heart, is basically fruitless. You can get the job, buy the house, do the whole shebang, but if you miss this, you've missed the entire point of the opportunity you were given.
But then it gets even better when you don't just understand this for yourself, but you actually go and share it with other people. You become what's called a rat in a five, one of the 5 rare jewels in the world. You literally become the precious thing you've discovered. How cool is that? So the purpose becomes crystal clear. The absolute greatest gift you can give yourself is to truly get this. And the greatest gift you can give to anyone else is the chance for them to get it too. From this point of view, there is literally nothing more valuable you can do with your time. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but how on earth am I supposed to actually live like this day to day? Well, that's where this final part comes in. And it brings everything together with a really beautiful and simple idea. The instruction is this. Act like a mother hen sitting on her eggs. Seriously, just think about that for a second. What is the hen's job? And, maybe more importantly, what is not her job? A hen's duties are actually pretty simple. Her job is to keep the eggs warm, and she has to turn them every now and then to make sure they're warmed up evenly. That's it. But notice that third point. It is not her job to worry about when the chicks will hatch. She doesn't stress about it, she doesn't try to force it, because that part is completely out of her hands. And here's the magic. Because the hen focused only on her duties, the causes she could control, the effect just takes care of itself.
When the time is right, the chick has everything it needs to hatch safely. The perfect outcome is just a natural result of a perfect process. All the hen has to do is trust that process.
And that brings it all back to us. We are the hen, and life gives us our own eggs to take care of. Our work, our relationships, our projects, our own growth. Our only job is to incubate them, to give them our full, focused, best effort in this present moment, without obsessing over the results. So I'll leave you with this to think about. What is the egg in your life right now that needs your full, unworried attention?